And Herbert's one of those rare cases where, like Joe Burrow, for example, even though we knew he was going to be pretty good, right? Gets hurt his first year, though. Everyone's like, okay, we need to see it, right? Jalen Hurts, growing pains first year, second year kind of, or I guess first year didn't play much. Second year growing pains, third year kind of pops, right? Even then, we got to the Super Bowl. We're still like, we still need to see it, right? I think Herbert's one of those rare cases where it's like, I don't really like, I don't. He doesn't need to prove anything to me. Like he's at the point where I think he's given clarity to the organization now that like he is the guy. Everybody else is replaceable if they don't get it done. Like and Mahomes had this quality. After the first year he wins an MVP, they win a Super Bowl. It's like, okay, I don't care who else stays. It's Mahomes, and everybody else is replaceable. Now you could argue Andy Reid, but like even then, Andy Reid's aging. Like if you said Chiefs, you have to choose right now, they'd pick Mahomes. Like, it won't happen. But my point is, it gives the organization clarity. On the flip side, right, like Daniel Jones, you give him a ton of money. You're not giving anybody clarity. You're saying, hey, we're going to pay a really average to below average quarterback really, really high end money. So now everybody else is like, okay, well then where's my bag? Because without us, he's nothing. Right? Mahomes without your second wide receiver, bye. We'll go get a guy in like the fifth round and he'll be fine. With Mahomes, he'll make it work. Right? I think the same thing with Justin Herbert. Yes, we do need to see like playoff success before we crown him quote unquote like an all-time great or something like that. But in terms of a talent, in terms of a franchise quarterback, a top 10 quarterback at the worst, Justin Herbert has nothing to prove. Like he has nothing to prove. And at this point, if they don't succeed, if they don't make the playoffs, or if they don't at least, I would argue if they don't win a playoff game, depends on how they lose it or how the season goes. Like if injuries are a problem, like there's an argument to be made on the contrary. But if they are healthy and they either miss the playoffs or they get in and they lose bad again, I think there's a very real chance or real opportunity or real discussion to be had for Brandon Staley being fired. And I would be on the side of saying, absolutely, I would move on and I would go get a progressive young offensive coach. The league has tons of them. Now, they might not be McVay, Shanahan, we don't know, but like a Shane Steichen. Like, go get a really nice young, elevate Kellen Moore, who's now your offensive coordinator, right? So I think he has now provided clarity in the room, and that's what that contract also tells you. We're making him the guy. Everybody else, now it's time for you to rise to his level, or it's his way, it's that way, or you're gone, point blank.
Yes, and I think one of the biggest things that points to Justin Herbert being the guy and unanimously decided upon by the organization is you look at this schedule. And it's not easy by any means. I mean, they play some really good teams. They have the Dolphins early, so the Dolphins without injury could be very good.
Where is it at?
It's at home for the Chargers. It's in LA. And then, I mean, but you have games like the Cowboys game is still going to be tough. Then you have the Chiefs after that. You have the Jets. Who knows what that looks like with Aaron Rodgers? Can they get the offense going? I think they probably will. And the defense is going to be good. And then you have a game against the Lions right after that. Maybe not the most high-powered team, but they're going to be chippy, and
I mean,
it's going to be a very rough game to win.
The Lions had a top 5 offense last year. I mean, like, they can make plays. Jared Goff with protection, and whether that's in LA or Detroit, like, it's going to be good fair weather, like there's no rain or anything like that. Jared Goff with protection, especially like in good conditions, fantastic, can light it up.
After that, you have to play the Ravens. You have the Patriots on the schedule. Any game against Bill Belichick is never an easy game. Then you have the Broncos right after that in division, right? And nobody knows how good Russell Wilson's going to be this year, but he's definitely going to be better than last year. I don't see him taking a step down. And then they have the Bills later, the Broncos again, and the Chiefs again to end it. So, I mean, like, when you can look at a schedule like this, and we gave them the prediction, I'm looking at it right here, we predicted them at 12-5 when we did the AFC West.
That might even be a little ambitious, now that I'm looking back. But I don't see them anything less than a 10-11 win team.
And that's what I think speaks to the greatness of Justin Herbert.
That's why we have it.
Like, being able to look at that schedule and think, you know what, they have a chance in almost every single one of these tough games.
So now go through their entire schedule. You can go fairly quick.
All right, Dolphins.
They have a better quarterback.
Titans.
Yes.
Vikings.
Yes.
Raiders.
Yes.
Cowboys.
Yes.
Chiefs.
No.
Bears.
Yes.
Jets.
Yes. Ooh, right now, yes.
Okay. Lions.
Yes.
Packers.
Yes.
Ravens.
Yes.
Patriots.
Yeah.
Broncos.
Yep.
Raiders.
Yep.
Bills.
I'm going to go right now, no.
I would also agree with that. Broncos.
Yes.
And Chiefs.
No.
So in like 2 games,
so
and there's a toss-up on maybe 3.
There's 3. Mahomes twice, Josh Allen. And you could argue Aaron.
Aaron.
And I can hear the argument for maybe Lamar.
Yes.
So 3 for sure, and maybe 2 others that he's not the best. Like, so he's going to be the better quarterback in the game in what? 12 or 13 minimum of the games.
Yeah.
Like, that gives you such a great chance to win.
Well, even against Mahomes, let's not forget how he matches up.
They match up great against the Chiefs.
We all remember that game. It was punch for punch. When Herbert got hurt the ribs, I think he broke his rib. And then he still stayed out there.
Was that 4th and 1?
4th and 1, and dialed it up, 30-some yards
right
on a
down the
rope.
middle.
On
right
a
up the
rope.
middle of the field. Yeah, no, he is special. Like, that was an all-time where I'm, like, looking at that, I'm like, wow.
Well, that's when we came out in the next episode. We said the main takeaway is Justin Herbert has that dog in him. I think you made a graphic about it.
Probably. Like, he's a stud. Again, I think there's now clarity in the room. It's like, yes, Austin Eckler, we like you. You're a ton of production. But with Justin Herbert, like, for example, Daniel Jones will not be able to get the same production out of a 4th-round rookie as he does Saquon, even if the player plays similar to Saquon.
I agree.
I think Justin Herbert could get about 85% of Austin Eckler's production for about 25% of the cost that Austin Eckler wants.
Which is crazy.
So Austin Eckler says he wants 3 years, $30 million, or 4 for 38, or whatever. Whatever he's asking for that is, in the Chargers' mind, too much.
Yeah.
You could slash that by 60% and pay closer to league minimum for a guy, 6th-round rookie, and Justin Herbert could probably get 85% of the production out of him.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's like the difference. It doesn't, as long as you have somebody that fits his play style, he can elevate them to close enough of a level where they are highly competitive.
I agree, and it's a pretty good argument for why we have him as our offensive player of the year this year too for the AFC West superlatives.
Right. I mean, like, Mahomes is the best quarterback, the best offensive player.
Well, that's why he's
gave him
MVP.
the MVP. Right.
But I think after that, after Mahomes, I think the most prolific player in that division is Justin Herbert.
There's an argument for Travis Kelce, but I think with the position quarterback is going to be.
I think it holds more value. Yeah,
I would agree.
Either way, guys, that is all we have.